brother.
Heavy Flamer Heresy, Space Hulk, Deathwing. I have no idea what this is gonna be. I'm assuming 40k, but let's get into it.
Get the Flamer. Get the Flamer. The Heavy Flamer. My theories made manifest.
I would like to file a complaint.
You don't whip it like a noodle in a swimming pool. Like, what the?
I love it.
Purge it in flame.
Burn in holy fire.
Yes. Love it.
The time has come, brothers. No mercy.
Shitpo/heresy alert. If you're offended when someone
think I've
goofs
seen
up
it,
the
yes.
lore or talks shit about your favorite chapter of Space Marines, please. Welcome to the grim darkness of the future, where peace, happiness, and prosperity have been replaced by war, death, and destruction. Not necessarily
Fair.
in that order, but
Fair.
necessarily in mass quantities.
I will endure 1,000 deaths before I yield.
In the last episode, 9 months ago, we were introduced to the sentient fungi known as the orcs, the corn-worshipping heretics known as the forces of chaos that make the civilian casualties of World War II
Chaos
look
Space
like a
Marines,
picnic.
Space. All I know.
Skull throne, blood for the blood god.
List of Cornate massacres. This list is incomplete. You can help by expanding it.
And most importantly, the Space Marines of the Imperium of Man, led by the venerate Emperor himself.
We are one in the Emperor and the will of man.
And as much as I'd love to hear about your hyper-intelligent Dark Elder waifu, the dumbass weeaboo space communists, and the rattle me bones robots, the Xenos stealing your shit this time around are the Gene Stealer Tyrannids.
Your infestation spreads no further, alien.
It may sound like despotic deja vu for someone to be stealing your
I need to
shit
really build my
again,
minis,
but that's
fucking hell.
usually the way these 40k games go. Xenos are either killing something, breaking something, or stealing something.
Yeah.
You're deployed to intervene, you realize the shit is fucked,
You
and
must
you may as well
liberate them.
blow it all up anyways, and then you blow it all up.
Can survive the flame.
Which may beg the question from your perspective, why not just blow it all up in the first place? Like
That's not how the game
Exterminatus
works.
nuke from orbit. And to that I retort,
Because it is the Emperor as well, and also purging is really, really fun, brother.
the Gene Stealers are doing just that on one of your space hulks called the Elethros, and you're the librarian in charge of salvaging anything of value and purging the Xeno filth.
Your heresy stops here.
Alongside Devastator Barakeel, Apothecary Nahum, and Shotcaller Belial, you make up
Belial's a
Deathwing, the
bitch.
first company of the Dark Angels chapter.
We are the angels of death.
The whole Dark Angels in bone white armor may be a little confusing, but it's only Deathwing. The rest of the Dark Angels are actually green, even though the Salamanders are already green.
I love
the
it.
Salamanders are almost always on fire,
I'm
so
already
it's not that
lost.
hard to...
Brother, enough with the lore.
Brothers, retribution is at hand.
There's so much
It is
lore.
our strength.
I need a body video
We
stat.
are the sons of Caliban. Let fury guide
Okay,
your
that almost sounds like
weapons.
Cabal.
Let
Interesting.
vengeance be your song. We are the angels of death, and our enemies shall fall.
Decked out in Terminator
Dead.
armor, you're larger and more formidable than your ordinary Space Marine,
Normie?
but not so huge that you can't fit through doorways like a menacing full-size dreadnought.
None may block our path.
I love
You
that
better
dreadnought.
believe you're gonna need this intimidating armor,
I want
because
it.
the Gene Stealers you're up against, well, they're not exactly small.
By the Emperor, can the Xenos get any bigger?
And you may be thinking, at least I have 2 Dark Angel Terminators to help me.
Wrong.
I know it may be heresy to shit-talk fellow Terminators.
Bold
Without
words
open
for
optics,
someone in
fair
assault cannon range.
Delete this heresy.
Heresy. It burns. We heard you were talking shit, brother.
But short of dispensing a few cookie-cutter voice lines and soaking up damage, they are useless.
The angels of death. Overwhelming. That is like one single Xeno. Steady yourself, brother.
Discipline is their sole strength, as in even if they are on the brink
You
of
won 2-1.
death, they will not heal themselves unless you instruct them to.
Going to die. I die standing.
So if you really want to get heretical, you can instruct Apothecary Nahum to constantly juice himself up with self-heals like a fiending junkie, and he becomes a Tyranid Broodlord punching bag while you inflict heavy damage on whatever's attempting to eat you.
Tyranid bait is not the right word, brother. I prefer expeditionary tyranid punching bag.
Your skill tree allows you to make these fellow brothers of yours more powerful, yourself more powerful, or grant additional purging abilities, and I sure as shit didn't blow any of it on them.
Yes, Brother Barricade, I realize you want better armor, but I can now purge heretics in 3 different kinds of fire.
At least your objectives are simple,
Wait,
because
what
you
are the
usually
other
see
two?
a one-word description like fight or destroy off in the distance, and I think you
Brother,
already
that's
know what the hell you're doing here. So let me save my breath.
The Xenos are coming.
Xenos.
We have to exterminate them at all costs.
I'm gonna need more bolter for this heresy. I'm confused by this heresy, brother. Are the foul Xenos just purging themselves?
Predictably,
What's the fun
once
in
the
that?
string of objectives is complete, you realize the gene stealers lived up to their names by stealing your genes and decide to incinerate the place
Not the
exterminatus style.
It was impossible to remove the traces of our gene seed from the bodies of the aliens. So Grandmaster Belial vowed to destroy everything instead.
Consider this
Holy
a
fire.
clear division in the video.
Fire plasma.
Gods have fallen silent, brother.
Because the single player, especially on the No Mercy difficulty, can be a frustrating, overwhelming with annoyance, and underwhelming with content experience where you feel like a lone guardsman against a legion of Xenos. Let me tell you about the tyranid. But the multiplayer is 5 times better, a totally different animal, and it feels heretical even looping it in with a single player because it's a completely distinct experience.
Xenophobia increases.
In a 40K game, when instead of saying waiting for players, it's waiting for brothers.
I'm getting too loyal for this shit.
brother. Look at Psycho. He's ready to smack a heretic.
First of all, multiplayer allows you to play 6 classes instead of just 1. Not that I hated playing a
My
librarian,
face, but I don't know what a librarian looks like because I can't fucking read.
but heavy
Nice.
weapon specialty granted me an assault cannon
I
and
want it.
abilities like zero spread, a devastating mine,
the
and a
fuck?
virtual A10 warthog for an arm.
Assault cannon deployed.
Blood Ravens be like, me, an intellectual. Oh, the size ray.
No, you got
I
this.
think
Nah,
I'm
you
gonna pop
bitch.
both my ults.
Look
Watch.
at him. Look at him.
That's zero accuracy on that rate of fire.
Easy for somebody with a fucking A10 warthog strapped to their arm head.
Run to me, brother. They'll all get fucked if they run into it. Just watch.
Apothecaries are important because with half the Tyranids being able to tear through your armor like a Cheetos bag,
These are
you're getting
Doritos.
the answer to your H key, which happens to be a needle drill the size of a baseball bat.
Stimulants deploy.
I need healing.
Brother, I need an apothecary. This tyranny whispered in my ear.
You would do that. You would do that. The apothecary walks up to you. You think he's gonna heal you. You think he's gonna heal you by stabbing you with his needle. He just punches you in the face.
Whatever, I'm going in.
Hold on, brother. Hold
Brother,
on,
I need
brother.
an
The cooldown. There, I'm gonna drill your ass.
by the way,
there you
the
go.
little-
Hey man, how many fingers am I holding up? Turn off your heavy flamer so I can tell you. Hold on, I'll get you. There you go.
Thank you, brother.
Tactical specialty was a must-have because he can revive a fallen brother.
Your duty is not done, brother!
An interrogator
Just yell at him,
chaplain
get
is
him
a
up.
no-brainer because he can revive 3 fallen brothers,
Oh.
temporarily reflect all incoming damage, and temporarily become invincible,
Spooky boy.
which makes
Too
him
angry
broken as shit, the best-looking, and overall a force to be reckoned with.
Pain is meaningless to me!
Can I speak to your manager?
The point I'm making with all of this fuss about classes is that multiplayer offers both variety and
Taken to the
specialization,
limit.
whether you're looking for something different or you just want to play someone that suits your style. You can move far beyond the librarian of the single player, and
To know it's a
retribution
beast.
just isn't the same without your brothers.
Brothers, to partake in our crusade is to be immortal.
It's worth mentioning at this point to turn Codex rules on because it is a far less grindy experience, and more importantly, friendly fire is off. With the amount of heavy flamers we run, I'd say the Codex Astartes does support this action.
We may get burns, brothers!
Yeah, the first thing that you do, of course. Yeah. The spacebook says this is bad. Don't There's no need to do that.
It says we can't do that in the codex.
Why can't do that? Why can't?
Most my flames.
Everybody gangster until Lolly Rick pull out the heavy flamer.
Which conveniently leads me to my next point. Weapons.
I'm gonna need a heavy flamer for this heresy.
In the single player, you've got to use a versatile weapon. You've got big targets, small targets, close targets, distant targets, so much of the arsenal you can't use because it doesn't meet all those requirements. Take the Redemption, for example, the badass scatter bolter that blasts Xenos away in a ricochet of righteous steel.
Death to the enemy!
God, the ragdoll with that is so good.
Ragdoll's
Evan.
amazing.
Yeah, it just
You
flew
shoot them
across the
so far.
Stormbolter and Stormbolter
Yo, this
Mark.
shit ricochets? What the fuck?
In the single player, you won't have the range to hit the dudes with Grimdark Panzer Shreks or anything at a distance for that matter, and your brain-dead brethren sure as shit won't notice
Don't
them,
fuck
so
you.
you're boned due to lack of range.
Bro,
In
I've been drinking
multiplayer,
a
you
lot
can
of that.
combine your Redemption with a Heavy Flamer, Spear of Caliban, and Stormbolter for coverage at all ranges. You cover your brother up close while they cover anything at a distance.
For the Emperor!
That's also the reason why Melee is a bit of a joke, because on normal difficulty, I love crushing heretics and merciless retribution.
My faith is my shield! By all accounts, it was no more than a hulking mass of steel!
But with any higher difficulty, it just doesn't work. Not only because Tyranids specialize in melee combat as apex predators, but so many Gene Stealers can one-shot you, it's paramount to purge them before they get close. Furthermore, damage is localized, as in if a Gene Stealer chomps your right arm, you can't shoot, and slashes your legs, you can't run away. So again, Melee is a tough sell.
I cannot move.
Hey, at least you can use a power fist with every heavy weapon, so it may not be a sword or an axe, but you can still smack a heretic.
Feel the weight of the chapter's finest! Die!
You get the point I'm hammering at. Every weapon in the arsenal is at your disposal with brothers by your side in multiplayer, instead of a handful of versatile ones in the single player, which means more fun,
it.
more
I love
purging, and
everything
of
about
course,
this.
indiscriminate use of the heavy flamer.
Burn in holy fire!
Tell you to stop using your flamer so that I can see. First of all, this is a heavy flamer. Why are you flaming me? I'm right.
My flame does not discriminate.
I'm an equal opportunity flamer.
Equal opportunity purging. Hey! No.
You're like a disciplining mother with like a spray bottle, but instead it's a
Hey,
heavy
hey,
flamer.
No!
It's heavy for a reason, because the Xenos you're up against I like to categorize as apex predators, suicidal apex predators, and apex predators so large that they can only be described as virtually immortal.
It's a big boy. It's a big boy.
It's thick.
Get out of my way, Clue. Get out of my way.
I'm too chunky.
Oh, get behind the man with
That
the
is
assault
a
cannon.
big boy.
Come up in a second.
No, we'll be fine, Clue. You got an assault cannon and a heavy flamer, he'll go down. There he goes.
Technically, the Scythe Strain is virtually immortal, and the Brood Lord is virtually immortal and psychic. So, rule of thumb, Cthulhu-looking Xenos are superior to non-Cthulhu-looking
makes sense.
Xenos.
What is this? Get behind me, brother.
And if it's a 20-foot-tall praying mantis bug-looking thing that just cuts your buddy in half and doesn't go down with an initial burst, it's either a Scythe Strain or a Brood Lord, and you may want to start a tactical withdrawal, because two more are on their way.
Retreat now for victory later.
All right, everything you got.
Wide on
Everything you
ice,
got
boys.
to the Brood Lord on the right. Just do the one close to the objective. As soon as he gets here,
so-
Goose, hit your reflect,
kill him
and
on the right.
after it's done, hit your
getting
invincible.
I have to bounce back. I got the reflect damage.
You're honestly not going to be able to see anything. Just keep
Yep,
tanking
yep,
him. We
yep.
got a heavy
he's
flamer and
down.
an assault cannon just
sheer
laying into
tank.
him. It
Goose,
doesn't
what?
matter. If
I
you
can't see anything.
They gotta be so
I'm
chump.
down.
They gotta be so
Listen,
chump.
I got you. You're coming back.
That's
Thank
one
you, thank
down. One down.
Listen, makes my damn head, man.
That's it. That's it.
I can't see a fucking thing.
When the 20-foot-tall, genetically perfect apex predator gets mowed down by a bunch of dipshit farmers with flashlights.
I can rant about the bullshit psychers that can one-shot you with heresy, but I don't want this video to
Heresy.
quadruple in length for the sake of Xeno sorcery space magic.
I am calm. What sorcery is this?
Yet no matter how terrifying the Xenos you're faced with, they all have a glaring weakness with no known counter. Doors.
This is a point of strategic import.
It may sound weird that doors are the pinnacle of strategy in Deathwing, but deciding whether to lock them, unlock them, or simply power fist them open for a rapid escape is the closest it comes to chess.
I leave only rubble. You're insisting.
Quick tutorial on doors. These are the most important things.
Power fist.
That's how you go through doors. You're gonna keep them out, right?
Yes,
Don't
if
do
you
it,
hack
man.
it. Oh, let's close this door behind us. Oh wait, we can't. Oh
And this
wait.
is where I'd lock the door. If there was one.
Alright, this isn't what we're actually supposed to do now. Come, no, come through.
Get in here, brother. I'll block it. I'll block it. I'll block it. I can
Block
shut
that
it.
shit,
No,
yeah.
I'll get it. Oh, I can hear him
yes.
right there.
Pretty sure that was the Hive Timer from last mission.
He is right there, and he is so mad.
He's pissed, brother.
You do not want your Girl Scout cookies, brother.
It should also be mentioned that doors and entryways are the most dangerous adversary in all of the Elethros because they can
neat.
swallow you
Didn't know
without
that.
mercy or meaning.
There's a lot of yeah, he's
hit him,
probably
I'll
in
just
this
hit him.
thing
Oh, that
hasn't
seems
opened
fair.
up.
Fair
That seems
and
fair.
balanced.
I gotta purge this heresy right here.
It's like heresy to
So
me,
much
brother.
heresy.
I don't see anybody.
Heresy is now airborne. Get this off my screen.
I'll fucking light him on fire though. I don't give a shit.
Open the door.
Got him.
Open the door.
I'm trying.
Brother!
It's blocked.
So it's just stuck there like a big piece of shit? The Codex Astartes does not support
What does the
this
Codex say,
action.
brother?
Brother, I am pinned here.
If you don't get stuck, you'll experience the best the game has to offer outside of the heavy flamer, which is the environment. From the
Environment
biggest
looks good.
freezer in the universe to the massive cathedrals, holy shit is it ever well done.
Does the architecture bring honor to the Emperor? Yes. Are we overloading the reactor to purge it all in flame in 20 minutes?
Yes.
Also yes.
Look at my screen. I'm freezing my ass off in here. That's such a good solution. Brother,
Are you cool?
brother, I am chilled here.
And the better decisions you make, the longer you'll stay alive, the more purging you'll do,
More
and the more
purging.
renown you'll
Yeah.
earn to spend on upgrades like faster reloads, beefier health, and weapons that never jam.
I don't always jam my spirit Caliban, but when I do, it's because the Sice Rain is breathing on my face.
My face when I see a Hive Tyrant and I'm reloading. Resilient increases HP by 30% for each body part.
Oh.
A fellow space marine just walks up and jabs him. You're still at 100%.
Cosmetics are available too, which you can frown upon all you want, but you've really got to grind for them, and at least they aren't microtransactions.
This is the indomitable assault cannon of wrath.
Holy shit, Psycho. That's such a neat skin. Fuck.
Well, thank you.
Traitors,
I love it.
Doom, Destruction's Glory, the voice of devastation, torment of defiance.
I love these names.
Jesus.
Wait, is that?
Wait. I can really ham that up. Just
Bane of the heretic, torment of defiance, traitor's doom, destruction's glory, voice of devastation.
God.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I'm glad that I successfully deceived you until the end of the video, because the greatest enemy in the entire game? Frame rate.
Yeah, sounds
Even
about
with
right.
a monster rig of an i9-7980XE
Wow.
2080 Ti, I consistently cratered to sub 40 FPS
Wow.
from the sheer amount of Xeno filth and heavy flamer on my screen.
Purge them in flame!
that's the
Nutty.
Emperor's finest. My graphics card is gonna break. It's gonna break.
God, are these flames ray tracing enabled?
RTX on
Still
RTX
about
on.
40.
But I'm also glad and most thankful that I had my brothers beside me, because we had Jackal, who knows everything about 40K.
Lionel
amazing.
Johnson is the Primarch of the Dark Angels. The only reason he hasn't returned is because he's literally just asleep.
Jello, who knows next to nothing about 40K.
What is that?
Thank you for the resub.
That fits.
I'm gonna
I already gave you
burn the custody papers. Kids are coming. Can't keep you coming forever.
And Heavenly, who fits somewhere in between.
Sounds like a bunch of nerds. Blood for the blood god. That's clearly some heresy.
I hope you had
Some
fun
heresy.
breaking heretics in half with me.
Light will not save you, foul Xeno!
Oh
And
my
even
God,
if you didn't,
that's
we purged
amazing.
them all in flame and bounced on out of there anyways.
Their shelter has become their tomb.
The end.
I'd like to extend a solemn RIP to all of the shitters in my Discord that I banned for saying the Deathwing is
no,
trash.
you guys
I don't
need
know.
to
Anybody
shut
I
up.
ban is the same pile of filth in my book.
Damn, sorry, it's yours. Yeah, you're.
This is how I look when I ban
Thank you for the
people.
resub.
I don't know.
Oh my god, what is that?
Secondly, I kind of miss having a boss fight. Not that I miss Xeno scum in any way, shape, or form, but maybe if there was a bigger Xeno that I got to fight that said some shit like, "Get off my ship, Space Marine!" That could have been kind of neat, instead of just seeing a bigger and bigger Tyranid each time that didn't have a name. And thirdly, holy shit, do I ever miss unlimited sprints. I know it's not something that always goes through your mind, but when you've run like 20 feet and you are just sucking wind, damn, do I ever miss unlimited sprint. Holy god. With all that being said, I had a ton of fun playing this game. I had a ton of fun making this video. Anytime I just get to play in your sandbox, those of you that are really, really hardcore 40k dudes, I have a blast. In closing, I'd like to thank you guys so very much for watching. It means the world to me that you watched to the end of the video, and I had so much fun creating content at a Warhammer 40k. It is so over the top. It is so nuts. I love every second of it. And be sure to tune in next year when we go to a Salamander's barbecue.
I love this. Solo. Just put in your stream wish list. Yeah, wait for a sale. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Discounts all the time. You have 2 plus brothers. Yeah. 40 is worth, yeah. Just by yourself, nah. Oh my god. I love this. Blueberry looking Grimdank is based, I hear. We're clarifying quote-unquote the lore. It's one of the few places on the internet that can make me laugh. Oh my god! Razor 12, I agree. More Bango. It's not Badger now, it's Bango. I have to send this to a buddy of mine. I have to. That was fun.